This is unbelievable. 343 is making a real effort to bring the Flood back in Halo lore. This is something you do not want to miss, guys, and it also ties into some store drama. So, this short story released on Halloween, Saturn devouring his son, takes place in the year of 2556. So, I don't want to just break down the whole story. I kind of just want to jump right into the juicy spoilers. So they they talk about how once they find this virus, the flood, they talk about how if even one of these Spartans are compromised by the flood, use of macrounds and fusion warheads is authorized to sterilize the area. So there's these protocols that take extreme precaution, just nuke it, nuke it, nuke it. If anything, if anyone dies and falls, we need to nuke it, right? So basically what happens is that things get out of control, and Julian, this guy, sees everything begin to unravel, just like back in the Covenant days, right? And the crazy thing about the flood is that, you don't really necessarily die when the flood infects you. It's a horrible, horrible way to live. You're still conscious when this painful process happens to you, and you become kind of zombified by the grave mine, right? Which we can hear a little bit of him supposedly in this little short story. And there's a little audio version of it on YouTube, by the way, if you don't want to read it. So the first Spartan fell. This does make me feel like they could be potentially setting up the Flood's return, because there is a Spartan, which we can see through this graphic that they have been showing off with Season 5 of Halo Infinite, right? That the Spartan has been infected, and it looks gruesome. Overrun by the parasite, one of the UNSC's living weapons suddenly found itself undergoing a new augmentation, twisted into a champion of dormant darkness. The Spartan's Monier armor attempted to enact its countermeasures, pressurizing the hydrostatic gel layer to render itself immobile, and then detonating micro explosives within the helmet, which would shatter the Spartan's visor as it immolated the head within. And it still wasn't enough. So the Spartan basically self detonated, and it didn't work. It was supposed to armor lock and then blow up from within, and that did not work. The Spartan still has the ability to walk around and attack others. How could this have happened? They say a small-scale infestation of largely unarmed miners had cascaded into an outbreak that now threatened to overwhelm him, and honestly, quite frankly, the entire galaxy. The story ends with essentially this Spartan boarding a condor. This is bad. Uh, this is really bad because if, since the infected are so intelligent, they can drive ships, they can do things, and that means that this Spartan could actually go anywhere and begin infecting an entire colony, entire planet, and things could get out of control pretty quickly. So there is a flood infected Spartan in a condor out in the universe somewhere, and right now we don't really have confirmation if this infected died off or if maybe the condor stopped working or something, but it definitely leaves the universe, vulnerable for another widespread infection. Same thing with at the end of Halo Wars 2, the flood outbreak on the Ark, and we really don't get any kind of conclusive ending to what happens to that. The flood should be able to outbreak everywhere, and certainly with Zeta Halo being destroyed, there is, with that, and certainly with Zeta Halo being partially destroyed, there was a lot of flood in containment, even proto grave mines on Zeta Halo. So it definitely leaves me thinking that 343 can bring back the flood at any point that they want to, and it might seem irrelevant or quite, insignificant that this is what we're getting in Halo lore right now, with, just infected Spartan armor. But the thing is that this is the most that we've had in a Halo game since Halo Wars 2, which was several years ago, almost 7 years ago, right? So that's just insane. But this is what's causing a lot of controversy, by the way, the transgressor armor. So yeah, we get several coatings, the defiled skin, which is kind of cool. We can get this on, most cores, all cores, right? But this guy is just one piece. This is George's armor here. And why it looks really cool, really creepy. You can see the eye sockets and mouth with tentacles coming out. Definitely like it. Is it worth $22. I don't really think so. Most people don't think so. But the description is pretty cool. Basically, it's just talking about, infected personnel are to be killed on sight and are to be nuked, and additionally, all personnel must wear appropriate protective gear and follow discrimination, decontamination protocols, yada yada. And so, regarding what like a lot of Halo fans on Reddit think, anyway, how are 2 items worth $22? You can't even customize a kit. These prices are a bit disappointing. Ridiculous prices, hard effing pass. They sold a kit for 2,200. They are absolutely selling the CE kit for 25 minimum, and that's actually happening on November 7th. The Mark V armor is coming out soon, so the Halo CE armor. So I'm guessing that's going to be worth like 25 or $30. That's my guess. I mean, quote worth. It's not really worth any of that, in my opinion. But season. I don't know why they're charging so much on the store still. I mean, we have to pay for the season battle pass anyway. It just seems like these are really egregious, kind of predatory prices. And as soon as people kind of laid off, as soon as 343 kind of improved their prices, they're really just hiking things up. Honestly, yeah, dog shit at store now. Yeah, I mean, this is $22 for a kit is insane. I don't even think it's actually a kit. I think that this is actually just one piece. I could be wrong there, but I don't think this is customizable. Maybe. This is what I've been told. But the price of that kit does not bode well for the CE armor. Hell, the entire store is ridiculously priced. Yeah. And, I rather just pay $60 for the multiplayer experience and have all this stuff earnable. This was kind of the big selling point for a lot of people. And it just sucks that the Flood is being kind of put up on this, like, little gimmicky pedestal, I guess, of like, okay, you like the Flood, you want the Flood to come back, pay $22 for it. Hey, 343, listen. If people are actually dropping, if the whales or even average people want the Flood this bad that they're just paying for customization, maybe that's telling you that you're sleeping on a massive, fat, golden goose egg of content and campaign DLC, right? I mean, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff that they're selling. This is, how much is this worth? That they're selling this for $30 almost. Well, yeah, round that up. That's actually $50, all right? 2,800 credits there, 2,200 credits here. You're selling this for the price of pretty much the entire MCC and more. That's just not really great value, and it's gimmicky. Would I pay for this for $5, even $10? Probably. But yeah, the store is just out of control. I don't know what the hell they're doing here. I'm guessing they're just kind of surviving by... Oh, wait, no, there's even more Flood armor here, so it's probably like $60 value here now, I guess. But anyway, they're just kind of surviving off whales, I think, which just kind of really is discouraging. But you guys let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one soon. Peace.